to Crystal Husband, who also, by the way, I am wearing her feather earrings. And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I even have a pink one, and we'll get to that. I love these glasses. They have no stuff in them. Thank you. She brought me. This is my second box of tissues today. Okay, so I have the other one. I have matching. A net. Oh, sorry. So sometimes fashion is an accessory, and sometimes it's a necessity. So check this shit out. So aging is a very lovely thing. Guess what this is for?
Carpal tunnel.
No, that would be, no. These are all good guesses. It would be so hip if this was carpal tunnel. Well, not really, but I mean, it would be kind of cool because that would mean, no, it's arthritis because I'm fucking old. It's fucking arthritis, so now I have this very rock and roll. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah. Yeah, because fashion sometimes just kind of happens by accident. Like, I couldn't make the lines thin enough on my eyelids, so I now wear thick eyeliner, and I've made a fashion statement. This is one of the nice things about it.
Everything comes back.
Everything comes back. So yes, I'm bringing it back. So wait, I had things to tell you. Oh, and the age thing. So at our next salon on October 29th, I am going to be 64. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me? Will you feed me kugel? Penny, you are not here today. There is no kugel, and I don't know about, and there's no one to clean up, so I'm gonna, everybody stay and help me. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. But anyway, I'm gonna be 64. So next month is the birthday party, and so I was gonna say, I hear somebody's phone is going off. So whoever it is, everybody please silence your phones. Especially before the artists get up here, because I don't consider myself one of them. What? I'm the host. I love the way people. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm kind of all over. I don't know where I'm going today. For those of you out there at home who don't know what's going on, there's a lot going on. You're gonna get educated really quickly as to it. But so I'm a little famished today. Jeff, come sit in your seat. You have to sit in your seat. And look, you guys have to see that. Suzanne's seat is saved, and it's saved in yellow. Because Suzanne would want it in yellow.
We love Jeff.
You're gonna love Jeff up like crazy. All right, and so Jeff's gonna sit where he always sits, and he's going to sit.
Virtual Suzanne.
And he's got the virtual Suzanne, and of course it's on the Cindy Beagle fuckity fuck pillow, which with Suzanne is so apropos, because if anybody was completely politically incorrect. I was wearing black today, and I thought I cannot wear black because Suzanne always said that she liked me in color. So I had to put my layback on. I love putting my layback on. And I'm also wearing the shoes, my fuck me shoes that Suzanne always liked too. And and I have my heart on. Sorry, I'm trying really hard. So. Okay, I'm doing good? Okay, good. So now is when I fuck it up. Okay, so so I've been posting all over Facebook, and I sat down to write something fresh, and I was like, jelly brain, as I'm sure we've all been for the last few days. So I kind of took pieces of things that I had been writing, and I smushed them. I did a mashup. I did a Vicki Abelson, Suzanne Whang mashup, and then I added a couple of things, and so I'm just gonna to read that. This is a day of celebration, not of maudlin shit. I do have tissues, but for anybody who needs them. And I'm going to keep one. But we're going to do what I believe Suzanne would have done. And I've seen Suzanne many times in this living room cry, and I've seen her laugh, and I've seen her dance, and I've seen her do all of those things. So we get to do all of those things.
Yay.
Because that's what Suzanne would do, right? She would do all of those things, and so it's okay if we emotion. I remember Suzanne was saying, never tell somebody not to cry, right? Never tell anybody not to cry. Yes, Deborah. She's raising her hand, like in school.
Something that I saw done for
Yeah.
an artist.
Maybe.
Another actor.
Can we give her a standing ovation?
Okay, can we save the standing ovation?
Yeah.
Because we're going to have a couple of people sing songs to Suzanne.
Oh, good.
And so let's stand then, unless we want to just stand right now. Do we want to stand right now? Let's stand right now!
As Suzanne would say, everybody clapping.
That's premature clapping, but there will be much reason to clap very soon.
We're going to sing Secret Asian Man.
Oh God! But that actually
She
was
always
how they
called him
said
a Secret Asian
Well,
Man.
that's how they used to. Yeah. Say that thing. Okay, so here we go.
Get one of those tissue boxes.
The tissue boxes are going around. I have my own here. Okay. So I've still been reeling about the passing of Valerie Harper, who, for many, how many people were in the room when Valerie was here? Okay, Valerie came to see us 6 weeks into her 3 months to live diagnosis. She came to this living room knowing she had 3 months, thinking she had 3 months to live. She gave a whole day to us. She stayed until every single book was signed. She sat on a little stool, a little uncomfortable stool. She not only signed every book, she dated them because she said they'll be more valuable that way when I'm gone. And then she lived 6 more years. And I got to see her a few times at Phil Rosenthal's, and she maintained that she was, the day she was here, there was nothing maudlin about it. It was,
She said when she got up there the first day, she said, I've already outlived my expiration date, she said to us.
You know,
she made us laugh and feel at ease.
oh, she totally did. She was amazing. And on the heels of that, the big C, there are people in this room that I am not going to say anything with that have had their own battles with it, that have survived it and thrived with it. It never dawned on me that Suzanne wouldn't, not for 1 second. Even when I saw her at 85 pounds and decorated her thing, it never, ever was even possible that she was not going to survive this. This woman has manifested more miracles, like that guy right there, like that love of her life that she manifested, and she did manifest you. Okay, I'm going to read because I can't talk. Okay. All in, with art, love, life. Suzanne Whang was mind, body, and soul, all in with everything she did. Carpe diem, joie de vivre, balls to the walls. She made every day count. No one willed life and created joy like Suzanne. I don't know if I've witnessed anyone manifest miracles as she did. She sucked every ounce of nectar out of every moment. A life so thoroughly loved and lived. A model to me to make every second count. I met Suzanne about 12 years ago at Jonathan Coogan's birthday party. And it was before I had Women Who Write and before I was begging and pleading with people to come to the living room. I just met her as a person. And I didn't know who she was. I had never seen House Hunters. I'd never seen her stand-up act. I was a New Yorker, and I had no idea. She was just this fierce, ferocious, fabulous woman. And I just liked her immediately. And right after that, my husband did this pilot for Comedy Central called Hollywood Anonymous. And Suzanne was scheduled to do it, and she had to back out because she got work at the last second. So they put me in. And it was my first time performing since I'd become a mom, like 15-something years before that. And because of Suzanne actually not meaning to, I started to do this again. So we have her to blame. And then she did the second one, and it didn't get picked up, but it deserved to. It was really funny. Robert Schimmel was in it, and amazing people, Andy Kindler. Anyway, so Suzanne and I met again through that, and then I did start the begging and pleading because Women Who Write started, and so she came and did the living room with Harriet Schock and Mackenzie Phillips and Daisy Egan, and it was an incredible day. And since that day, for 10 years, almost every single Tuesday, Suzanne has sat in that seat and left her food under my fucking neck.
Well, he's not before me.
And, you know, how many people in this room knew Suzanne Whang? How many people in this room met Suzanne Whang in this room? Okay, you can be at home if you're in LA and watch this and not get in your car and not get dressed and think you're having a perfectly wonderful time. But the experience of being in this room and hugging it up with everybody. And how many times have I danced with Suzanne in the back of the room to the Turtles, to Earth, Wind and Fire, to Mickey, you know, you can't do that. You can dance alone, but it's not nearly as fun. And hugging is not nearly as wonderful as when you're hugging somebody else. So Suzanne knew the value of that, and so she put her ass on that couch month after month, year after year, and cheered on every artist that sang, read, spoke. Always with passion. I remember she asked Shirley Jones, Shirley Jones played a hooker in something, and she asked her if she was drawing on life experience. What? Yes, I mean, she just had incredible fucking balls. And when I tell people what she said, cancer is her bitch, and she fisted it in the ass. Yes. It makes people go like this, but Suzanne kind of made people go like this. And she made you feel everything. And, okay, so let's get back to this. All right. I really was unprepared for how devastating this feels. Because even though it appeared imminent, it's like a Mack truck to my soul. Because as bleak as it looked, if anyone could manifest another miracle, I believe Suzanne would do it. And I guess that's what's so devastating, because she couldn't this time. I didn't think there was anything that could best her. How could that manifesting miraculous woman not survive the unsurvivable? I guess I didn't factor her mortal. Suzanne went to Yale, and fittingly, she wants you to know that. She had great success as an actress and comedian, often sharing stages with her heroes. She traveled the world and loved and was loved greatly. In Jeff Vezain, she had a partner of fairy tales. Watching them love each other was a sight to behold. And when I was single, a little obnoxious. Not really, not ever. They loved up everywhere and everything and everyone they came in contact with. Jeff's steadfastness and devotion to Suzanne was unparalleled. Suzanne got to have that, as was her love for him. Jeffervescence is in the Urban Dictionary. Oh, come on! I mean, it is! And Suzanne got her own credits in it, too. You gotta love that woman. You gotta love her. Suzanne showed up for everyone and everything. She was perhaps the most regular attendee of Women Who Write for the past 10 years. The couch will always have her name on it. I'm going to get a plaque. The seat will always be hers. And I'm going to leave a plate with food underneath. The world and Women Who Write are less colorful, less yellow, less fun, and less bliss-tastic without Suzanne Whang in it. Tuesdays will never be the same. Blindsided our artists today because they didn't know this was coming. We didn't know this was coming. I mean, this is new news. So as much as this is sort of somber shit right now, there's nothing Suzanne would want more than for us to celebrate today. Celebrate her. Celebrate the incredible artists that are in this house today. I'm taking this shit off.
Yeah, baby.
Pain.
It looks rock and roll.
It looks kind of rock and roll, but oh god. So, my makeup all over my face.
No.
So anyway, so we have a couple of things that were unscheduled. Actually, Judd Nelson was flying in from Zurich last night and was going to try to be here to read something to Suzanne, but I guess his plane didn't make that possible. But we do have a tremendous friend of Suzanne's who's going to do a little surprise for us. And by the way, stick around to the end because Jeff wants to close us out. He's going to sing the song that he wrote for her. Yeah. And but we're going to do that at the end so he's not a mess for the whole day. But right now, our good friend Anthony Fedorov, I don't know what season American Idol you're on. I'm not giving you credits. Season 4, he came in 4th. He had a tracheotomy when he was a baby. They told him he'd never speak. Ha! And he said ha! Anyway, Anthony's going to sing a song for Suzanne. Please help me welcome Anthony.
Wow. So when I was thinking about what I'm going to perform today, I was like, I could perform something sappy, like a love song or something. But I'm like, no, Suzanne, we all knew who she was. So I thought about this a little bit more, and then I found the perfect song because I actually met Suzanne right here. So thank you, Vicky, for that. When we met, after we met, we became instant friends. I shot a music video right after the Parkland mass shooting, and one of the songs that I wrote with my dear friend Jeff Vincent is called "Enough Is Enough," and Suzanne appeared in the video we shot at the Glendale College, and she always championed. Fighting for equality, fighting for women's rights, bringing awareness to the gun violence that we have. And I've been doing a lot of work with Moms Demand Action, so I'm going to perform Enough Is Enough because I know that this is something that she feels pretty passionate about. And yeah, so I'm going to try to get through this thing. We say enough is enough, and we are not backing up. Like a tidal wave, our voices rise to say, enough is enough, enough is enough. When you make a promise, you must keep it. That's what we learn, that's what we learn. When somebody needs some help, you give it. That's what we learn. That's what we learn. So stand up and fight. And put your weapons down. Put your weapons down. Rise up, new armies of light. For the time has finally come. We say enough is enough. Like a tidal wave, our voices rise to say, enough is enough, enough is enough. We say enough is enough, and we are not giving up. The longer you ignore, the louder we will roar. Enough is enough, enough is enough. That's who we are, that's who we are. Dreamers who are destined to be boundless. That's who we are, that's who we are. So stand up and fight. Put your weapons down, put your weapons down. Rise up, new armies of light. For the time has finally say enough is enough, and we are not backing up. Like a tidal wave, our voices rise to say, enough is enough, enough is enough. We say enough is enough, and we are not giving up. The longer you ignore, So stand up and fight, and put your weapons down. Put your weapons down. Rise up, new armies of light, for the time has finally come. We say enough is enough, and we are not backing up. Like a tidal wave, our voices rise to say, we say enough is enough, and we are not backing up. Like a tidal wave, our voices rise to say, enough is enough, enough is enough. We say enough is enough, and we are not giving up. The longer you will go, the louder we will roar. Enough is enough, enough is enough. Enough is enough, enough is enough. Oh, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Oh, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Oh.
Singing, Anthony, that Suzanne and I were actually in that video, in Anthony's video of that song, and of course, very telling, Suzanne was in the front row, knew every word. I was hiding in the back going, totally the truth.
When we shot the video at the Glendale College, were you? Did you were there too, right?
Oh yeah, I was the one hiding in the back going.
Well, both of you guys were there in the corner wearing the Moms Demand Action shirts.
No, I didn't have them.
You were.
I was.
She was wearing a red one in the corner.
Yes, she was.
Saying those words.
And so that was absolutely another hand for Anthony Fedorov. And enough is enough. Please register to vote. Please do whatever you can to get everybody else in the world to register to vote, and please vote. Okay, that Suzanne would really like that. So 6 years ago today, Paul Williams and Tracy Jackson were in the living room. Suzanne was sitting right there, and Anna Montgomery opened the show, and. I love when things have serendipity to them, and it's perfect. I've been trying to get Anna back in the living room ever since, and everything happens exactly when it's supposed to. So it's just perfect that she was here that day, that you were here that day, and I don't know if you're going to sing the same song you're going to sing. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to do, but whatever it's going to be fabulous. Anna Montgomery is an international singer, writer, and teacher with over 25 international releases and 5 #1 hits in Europe. She is a sought-after EDM singer and top-line writer. She's released 7 independent records in the U.S., toured with Grammy winner Shelby Lynn. I can't speak today. I'm going to blame Suzanne for everything. It's Suzanne's fault. And appeared on Jay Leno's Tonight Show, David Letterman, and The Ellen Show. A Los Angeles Music Award winner and a recipient of a Los Angeles Women in Music Comet Award, Anna can be heard throughout film and television. She's collaborated with LA's finest writers, including Shelby Lynn and Tommy Lee, and co-owns a vocal production company. Anna has been teaching music privately for nearly 20 years, and her practice includes voice, piano, songwriting, music theory, and ear training. She also teaches at Pierce College. We are about to get schooled. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome.
Sorry, I have some logistics to do. I have to tape down a pedal here.
Okay. We can talk amongst yourselves.
talk
See,
amongst
now, you're home. You have nobody to talk to. If you were in the living room, you could talk to us. That's just the way Somebody say something. Somebody's at home or looking at nothing. Wait, talk, say something. Oh, there she is.
Okay. Well, after that introduction, I feel like I need to explain that I have not actually performed for the better part of about 5 years. And I'm a little bit out of my body right now.
I coaxed you, but we love you. Where is there a more loving and supportive audience than in this living? No, nowhere.
Yeah.
You are loved.
I committed to do this a month ago, and then of course Suzanne passed this week, and I might be among the scheduled performers the only one that had a relationship with her. So suddenly it's something here. I thought about changing my song selection because I have a lot of memories. I was in Harriet's songwriting class with her, and I wrote one song actually to spite her once. I got it out and I couldn't get through it, so I'm not going to do that one. But yeah, we were. I was really in the weeds with a song that I was writing about this very lucid dream that I had had, and I was having a lot of trouble putting it together. And Suzanne, who was new in the class and had never written before, just very frankly said, "You know, just because you dreamed about it doesn't mean it's interesting to everyone else." Touche. And I went home and went, "Who is this bitch? I'm writing this song." And I worked it out, didn't I? Washing dishes. I worked it out. And when I worked it out, Suzanne was like, "Oh, high five." And then we became fast friends. We had a lot of respect for each other. So, yeah, I ended up doing a whole album about dreams, probably to spite Suzanne.
She loved it.
So anyway, all right. In Suzanne's honor, I will address you as Cockwaffle. And I'm going to do a song. So I haven't written a record lately, but I've been a part of a songwriting prompt group. We're all over the country, and every 2 weeks somebody drops a prompt, and then we try to write to it. So this was a prompt called Cryptic Love. Okay, send me your support here. She was a hard-hearted woman. He was a one-horse man. She was a fight and flight kind of a lover. He was a rock and roll band. She gave him a sign, and he hit his mark. Now they're twirling in time, dancing in the dark. The song of the heart always gets sung, 'cause it wants what it wants. Cryptic love. Yeah, something about that. She was a no crying child. He was a reckless flying bird. Both of them snakes in the wild, circling the cage of a broken world. She gave him the sign, and he hit his mark. Now they're twirling in time, dancing in the dark. The song of the heart always gets sung, 'cause it wants what it wants. A cryptic love. I know some of you just got kind of enjoyed this other part. And every time that tune plays, they're caught in a trance, 'cause there ain't no way to pass on the dance. The song of the heart always gets sung, 'cause it wants what it wants. Cryptic love. Yeah, keep doing that. Cryptic love. Give me that good cryptic love. Cryptic love. Oh, you know I want it. Cryptic love. Give me some of that good cryptic love. All right. Oh, thank you. I forgot what it feels like to be in this room. You're getting so much love. You're totally lifting me through this. Thank you. This was a prompt called The Asking. My mama said she had a knowing about what she wanted to become. She had it on her little heart, loving life from day one. My daddy, when he was a young one, he never felt like he belonged. He struggled through most his life, only figuring what he didn't want. And I wonder sometimes about the meaning of my life. All the searching and grappling. And I understand why some never question it at all. 'Cause baby, there's an ache in the asking. I know my mom and daddy, they both live inside of me. One's turning over every stone, one's laying back on destiny. I don't need all of the answers, but I sure like knowing why. Some people just believe in love, and others find it so hard to find. I wonder sometimes about the meaning of love. All the longing and then masking. And I understand why some never look for it at all. 'Cause baby, there's an ache in the asking. I wonder sometimes about the meaning of this world. All that's given and all that's lacking. And I understand why some never question it at all. 'Cause baby, there's an ache. Baby, there's an ache. Baby, there's an ache. This one's kind of short. Like sometimes when I write for this writing group, like I'm not gonna write a bridge, just gonna pass it in, or I just write a story instead because the prompt didn't inspire a song or whatever. So this one is short, and I thought it could sort of be my final prayer moment here. It's called Light a Candle. By the way, I noticed last night that all my songs are in A, so all of the musicians noticing that, like, give me a break. No transpose button on this one. Light a candle, speak your plea, see your way through this mystery, and if you find no wick to hold that flame, pass it to me. Light a candle before she comes. Give yourself in the name of love. And if her arms don't comfort you enough, just come to me. Ooh, the darkness seems to last forever. Ooh, but bearable when we're together. Ooh, there's nothing in this world that couldn't use a little light. Light a candle when you mourn. Let your heart break at my door. And know that all the pieces on the floor belong to me.
I like hate for you. Oh my God, Anna Montgomery. Let's leave it. I'm going to switch things since it's sitting here in such good position, and I'll go without a podium. One more hand for Anna Montgomery. Okay, I'm going to help you out. Can you squeeze?
I need to adjust the keyboard for some
Oh, for Mike?
Thank you so
Are
much.
we adjusting for Mike?
Are you there?
Mike's going to go next.
You're gonna go next. Did
Mike.
you want me to bring the keyboard down? Did you want me to lower the keyboard?
Maybe, just a little.
Okay.
Not too much.
So I need a little.
It's in the keyboard.
Okay, we need some help. Okay,
right,
plans
I
can
think we
help.
can do that.
Okay,
If
so
you just lift and support the keyboard, I'll put it down. There you go.
So now we need the others. So I'm just going to play a few songs for you now. If only. All right. So, thank you so much, Anna. All right, I'll sit. I can sit and I can do this like this now, and I have a little thing here. I don't need my podium.
You look at
I look like a newscaster? I wish somebody at a network would think that. That would be so nice. Oh, wow.
I'm sorry.
I'm getting thrills down below. Okay, so I had the great good fortune. Our friend Cindy Beagle gave me a call a couple of months ago, I don't know, last month, whenever it was, and invited me to go to Zipper Hall to hear jazz. This is not something I do ever. I'm not sophisticated. I'm a rock girl. I don't know from jazz. I'm like, oh, jazz. I don't even understand jazz. It's beyond me. I mean, my father was a jazz singer, so I understand that kind of jazz. But musical jazz, like really, eclectic jazz, that riffing, I don't get it. Well, I got it. I not only got it, I loved it, and I wanted more, and I pounced on Mike immediately, and his girlfriend Deborah Pearl was like, "Stay away from him, stop," because she knows what I do. Because Deborah is the one who wrote the piece "Getting Ed Laid," and she did it in the living room. Did I say it wrong? I say it wrong?
No,
Oh, no, yeah, Getting It Laid. And then they made it into a movie, and it won awards.
Yay!
And so anyway, so the begging and the pleading commenced. And so Mike and Deborah came, and they were guests to see. I don't know, who did you come see? You came to see Snuffy and Teresa and Terry, and that was wonderful. But I have to come back down here because I can't. Jason, I'm sorry. I keep going up and down. By the way, I didn't give shout outs at the top because I don't know what I'm doing today. But I'd like to say now, thank you so much to Jason Reed for sitting in. Jason, my beloved wingman of many things. I'm so grateful to you, and I want to say thank you to Linda Apsey, who takes the best photographs that I've ever seen ever. And Elle Latch, who welcomes you with such beauty and charm. And Penny Barnett had a doctor's appointment today, and I got to say, Penny, you are not allowed to do that ever again. There's no kugel in the house. I'm going to be cleaning again by myself without you. She's an angel that saves my life every month. Anyway, a lot of gratitude. Okay, so the lay is getting in my way. A lay has never gotten in my way. Okay. Where am I? Okay. A quick look at Mike Lang's credits. 2,000 plus film scores. Say what? Yes, with John Williams, Jerry Goldsmith, Henry Mancini, Hans Zimmer. And when Mike did Game Changers, when Mike did Game Changers, Hans got on the thread. And what a thrill that was. Wow. Okay, so Mike has performed, listen to this list of diverse artists. Ray Charles, Willie Nelson, John Denver, Lionel Richie, The Ramones, Aretha Franklin, Marvin Gaye, NSYNC, John Lennon, and I love that he's in the middle of the list, right? It's crazy. Barbara Streisand and Frank Zappa. I mean, how do you do that? I don't know how you do that. And that's barely scratching the surface of his list, which is crazy. On film scores, Days of Wine and Roses, one of my favorite scores of all time. I don't know if that's planned today, Mike, but I don't know if I can twist your, I love that. Anyway, he's iconic. He's iconic, he's genius, he's brilliant, and he's so delightful. Please help me welcome Mike Lang.
Sign her to be my publicist? It's an honor to be here, and I'm just so. Oh yeah, thank you. I always bring music just so people think I know how to read. Well, wait. Thanks. What's your name? Kind of cute. I was so moved by the stories about Suzanne, who I didn't know, and the musical tributes and the talent that we've heard so far is just, I don't know what I'm doing here. But here I am, and I haven't really thought about what I'm going to play. So we'll see what happens. Oscar Hammerstein II wrote the lyric. And now I'm going to play the blues.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
We're gonna try this one more time.
Oh,
Is that what you wanted?
yeah, just kind of more
A
there.
little closer.
Yeah, that's good. That's short. Tall mic. Thank you so much. What does a pedal do? Anybody know?
Anything.
Okay.
Makes it go faster.
have to move along because the next piece is an adaptation I did for soprano and piano of Wagner's Tristan and Isolde. It runs 4.5 hours. I have to get started. I would like to what? You haven't been introduced yet. You have a ticket?
Oh, they're having domestic squabble.
We are having a world premiere of sorts. I wrote a tune for an instrumental piece called Rural State of Mind. And very recently, my girlfriend, who I'm about to introduce you, Deborah Pearl, and I decided we would have her write some lyrics to some songs of mine. And she actually wrote 4 lyrics to 3 songs in 2 days.
Wow.
And because I asked her to rewrite one of them. Not this one. This is a first take lyric. And it is my pleasure and honor to introduce you to Deborah Pearl. And we are going to give the world premiere of the vocal version of Rural State of Mind.
Note of edification: when you write scripts, a lyric is like an amuse-bouche. It's so much shorter than a 100-page script. So that may account for the speed of it all flowing out. I get so excited that you can be done by the end of the page.
Whenever thoughts of you come back, go traveling, rambling through my mind. I close my eyes and take a trip and wander back through time. When sunny days were oh so happy, we were young and free, and all that really mattered, you and me. Hit the open road and ride, wind blowing, flowing through state of mind.
There's one more, Jeff.
There's another
piano.
piano.
It's another piano player.
But you don't need both.
Okay, well, we'll put it back. Okay, I just want to say, stick around because after the show, Jeff is going to sing a song for us that he wrote for Suzanne. And then, because you're in the living room, you people out there that aren't in the living room, you're not going to see this because it's not going to be filmed. But turns out Judd Nelson made it from Zurich, and he's going to read us something for Suzanne. But we're going to turn the camera off. That's going to be later. So, so stick around in the living room, though. Okay, so now, so Peg, where's Peg? Peg and I went to Molly Malone's to see Jeff Young play about a month ago, and there was this woman. We were sitting on the side, and there was this woman up there wearing the most styling, look at her, but that day she was wearing like these green, I don't know what she was wearing, she was fabulous.
A satin pant.
A satin pant. She's from Australia. It was a satin pant. It was fantastic, and she's fantastic. And they did something that I'm not going to tell you about, but then they're going to do it later for us. But now, though, Dannielle De Andrea is going to do her thing, and she's going to do it with somebody who's got the same name. His name is Daniel. No. His name is Kyle De Andrea. I was saving that joke all day. Wasn't that good? Yeah. That was really good. Okay, that was good, right? Okay. So let me get some credits here. Dannielle De Andrea has headlined solo shows in the UK, USA, France, Germany, Italy, and Australia. Her 2018 live recordings with the Scary Pockets have amassed millions, you have to tell me how you did that, millions of views on YouTube. Millions of views. Okay. Dannielle has toured, recorded, and or duetted with Jackson Browne, Joe Cocker, Tom Jones, Sting, oh please, Ariana Grande, and Dweezil Zappa, to name a few. She was, and well, yeah, well we know, well we're gonna get us some of that. She was the first Australian artist to break into the UK soul chart with the release of 3 hit singles. Dannielle's voice and arrangements make up 1/3 of the acclaimed 3-part harmony group, the Songbirds, who have toured the US and Australia and performed with Meghan Trainor, Australian legend Barry Humphries, Dame Edna, and The Simpsons' Harry Shearer. Accompanying Dannielle today is her husband, Kyle De Andrea, and ladies and gentlemen, you are about to be entertained. Please welcome Dannielle De Andrea. Do you want to sit? Stand. Yeah. There's another stool. No. Oh, it's just a...
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
How are you all?
Great.
What a beautiful day. I'm so honoured to be a part of this. I'm so sorry that I didn't get to meet Suzanne, but after hearing everything you've been saying and reading the things online, man, I wish I met her. What a woman. I feel like she's with us.
Yes.
Beautiful woman. So I have a song that I wrote with American songwriter Mark Goldenberg, and this song I actually wrote
For my mum, who sadly is not with me anymore, she always thought that you should be in the moment and love the life you're living, and you should eat chocolate and you should wear your good clothes whether you're going out or to a ball or a Sunday afternoon. So this song is kind of like about that. It's called Sequins on a Sunday Afternoon. This is my husband Kyle. Thank you for having me. Keep some sparkle hanging on your dresser, a ribbon for your hair, or just because I'm a fan of fairy tales and all things make-believe, and what I fear ain't breaking any laws, because you bake your favorite cookies in the winter and teach yourself to sing a part or two. Love this life you're living and wear your sequins on a Sunday afternoon. If it's make-believe, then grab a cloud and start to dream. It's easier 'cause chocolate-covered kisses do taste better. But only when you're reaching for the moon. Love this life you're living and wear your sequins on a Sunday afternoon. Take it away, Jimmy. Yeah. Chocolate-covered kisses do taste better, but only when you're reaching for the moon. Love this life you're living and don't grow old too soon. Wear your sequins on a Sunday afternoon. Oh yeah. In LA and nobody listening. This is so amazing. It's daytime. We're all clear. Do you notice how I say clear? Yeah. Because in Australia we say clear. Like water. You say water. We say water. We're very lazy over there. Except for hello. Hello is extended. Hello. Everything else is shortened. Anyway, this song, I'm going to shut up now. This song is called The End of Chapel Road. I put this on my last record. So that was on my last record as well. And I wrote this with David Hurst-Bateau. Yeah. Enjoy. In the night, the moonlit splendor on her skin that's cracked and shattered. Found his love more than hope. In her arms, nothing mattered. No. Ooh, at the end of Chapel Road. Here we go. Hey, yellow bird, woo, sing for him, for his heart is on the wing, and I fear that though she does, ooh, at the end of Chapel Road. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. This next tune we wrote together. Yay! I wrote this about
positivity, because
the
it's about
positivity.
counting our blessings.
Okay, we're counting our blessings. I met Kyle when I first moved here. My very first day out, I was here for 4 months, went through a terrible divorce, and someone said you should go out, and I went out and I met him on my first night out.
Oh.
And we knew, but we couldn't, because I was going through a divorce. He was much younger, still is, funny. And so we hung out for 6 months. I'm talking hung out like we didn't even kiss, but I just knew I was like so connected to him. A month into dating, we were in a terrible car accident.
Oh.
Yeah, the airbags broke both my wrists,
Oh.
fractured my ribs. I'm in a new country, you know, like hello with health insurance, hello. He moved me into his mother's, and he completely took care of me. Fed me, dressed me, bathed me, everything, even tried to put makeup on me. Because I still would go and sing with my plaster cast, like the Penguin, because I needed the money. Hello, a new girl in America is like whatever I could get. And so we got married 6 months later, and we've been married for 12 years.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky!
We're going to tune about counting blessings.
Yeah, so I changed my name and everything when we got married. Okay. So this is called Counting My Blessings. I might need a little sip of water. Sorry, water.
This is so apropos for
It's the
Suzanne and
perfect
I.
story.
Everything you're doing, your first song and this song is
Really?
like written for them.
Oh, I love that.
It's perfect.
Excellent.
The perfect I wish I got to read it. I feel like I got it. Oh, you want to say that?
Yes, and you do, and you even look a little like
I was gonna say,
Right?
I walked in and she walked, when you walked around the corner from the kitchen, I just had a moment. Just what you're wearing, and you have her hairstyle. It completely freaked me out. For 1 second, I was like, oh my god, Vicky's hired a Suzanne Whang impersonator for the thing.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Not to weird you out, but it just freaked me out for 1 second. For 1 second.
This is for her. For all of you, but especially for Suzanne. Okay. Down. I need to put my tissues down. You call this snap, we call it a click in Australia. Yeah. And isn't that weird? So if you want to click along, 1, 2. You're picking me up when I'm down, keeping my feet on the ground. You always know how I feel, helping me to keep it real. blessings. Whoa, count my blessings. I wanna sing for joy every time I think of you, boy. I never thought I'd find a melody to go with my rhyme. So I wonder how I got through, baby, without all the loving you're giving to me. One smile brightens my day, two lips, those sweet things you say, three kisses in the morning light. Forever I'm yours, baby. Along the way, life teaches you some lessons, but I found you, so I count my blessings. Whoa, count my blessings. Whoa, at the end we'll do it. Everything is so much better now you're here. I think that this girl has cried her last sad tear. Ooh, one smile brightens my day, two lips, those sweet things you say, three kisses in the morning light. Forever I'm yours, baby. Along the way, life teaches you some lessons. Sometimes it's roses, sometimes it's lemons, but I found you, so I count my blessings, count my blessings, count my blessings, counting my blessings, count my blessings, counting my blessings, count my blessings. I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, count, yes, counting my blessings, my blessings. 1, 2, 3 blessings. I counting my blessings. You and I celebrating. You and I counting our dreams. You and I celebrating, baby, baby, baby. That was one more hand for the De Andrea. I don't know how to sustain that. Okay, we're just getting a pedal back in place. By the way, Dannielle's CD is called The Call. Dannielle, where can they get your CD? I'm announcing you. Wait a minute.
On the table?
Well, you can get it in the kitchen when you're in the house.
Hard copies. It's on all of the.
It's on all those places. And I'm about to introduce Jeff Young, and you can get Poets and Point Guards in the kitchen when you're in the house. But you can get it on CD, baby, when you're not. Okay, so let me just do a quick. So the first time I met Jeff Young, he was playing a gig with Steve Postel on the West Side somewhere, and I beelined for him and introduced myself in some I have this and there's no way to explain to somebody what this is. It sounds like a horse and pony show. It just sounds ridiculous. So to try to get something, you'd really like it if you came and played in my living room. You don't understand. No, nobody understands until you come. But aren't we fabulous? So I met him there, and then 2 years ago, Ricky Lee, I'm going to name drop as much as I possibly can. Ricky Lee Jones had a Christmas party, and Jeff sat down at the piano and played and sang and just, so again, I sort of attacked him, and his wife was there, I was being respectful.
I was trying to get him in the living room, and so then Peg and I went and saw him at Molly Malone's, and there was like I was not having no for an answer. There was no no that was going to happen. Okay, Jeff has been the longtime keyboardist for Jackson and vocalist and co-writer with Jackson Browne. He's also played with Steely Dan, with Sting, with Bruce Springsteen on the same bill, Bonnie Raitt, Donald Fagen, Alanis Morissette, to name just a few. He is always mind-blowing. Recently, that gig that he did at Molly Malone's was with friends of mine, with Will Lee, with this one, it was with, it was with Eric, who just did Game Changers last week. He's phenomenal, Billy Idol's drummer. Also, Marcus Eaton, who's going to be singing here. Ooh, he looks like he should play football, not play rock and roll. He's very easy on...
footy player, isn't he?
He looks like a football, yes! And he's very easy on the eyes, and he's going to be singing on my 64th birthday here. Yeah, we'll be eating him up. So, anyway, I couldn't... Very graphic, yes. I could not love Jeff Young more, and I'm so excited to finally have him in the living room. In the living room. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jeff.
Yay!
No, I think your mic had it. It's good.
Okay.
Down in front. Harris.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Okay, spot. I can move it wherever you want.
I don't know why she thought I could follow all of that talent. I'm going to do my best.
That's right.
I'm going to start with a couple of songs. One's about a younger Jeff Young, college days, and one's about my mother. I'm going to play them both together. The first one is called Life. If she were here now, she'd help me find, lay to rest the worries in my mind. It's getting late now. There's nothing I can do. I just have to wait. Oh, life.
down on you. The smartest guys turn into fools. So life, the rules can change. Your best laid plans burst up in flames. Life, hope springs eternal. One day I'm gonna figure it out. This next song is about my mother, who died in 2015 at the age of 98. She was an amazing woman, really amazing. She had lots of stories about moving from Birmingham, Alabama to New York, where her and my father raised me and my brother. I didn't know too much later there was a title for that. It's called The Great Migration. So she moved up to New York, and my father came up, and her brothers and sisters, my father's brothers and sisters. And they all lived with us at one time or another because they secured a two-family house. And almost my relatives moved up from Birmingham, Alabama to New York. So she was born in 1917, died in 2015. It's almost 100 years. In fact, it's 2 years shy of a century. That's right. She wasn't the kind to sit around crying. When I asked her why, she said she was just happy to be alive. To New York she went during World War II, 'cause there was a job she had the skills to do. She headed north to glory, sacrificed so much for me. Long live a memory, 2 years shy of a century. Tell you a little bit about my father. His peace of mind after working all day was blessed by providing the home where we were raised. When that whistle blew, yeah, he got on a northbound train. To be with her again, part of the great migration from Jim Crow discrimination. The first black president she lived to see, 2 years shy of a century. All bowed their heads as the eulogy was read. I'll always remember the words the minister said. He said, life is a gamble. Well, she had the escape Jim Crow discrimination. Long live a legacy, 2 years shy of a century. 2 years shy of a century. So I'm originally from New York.
Yay.
I came here as a result of working with Jackson Browne and meeting my wife, who I met through my good friend Vonda Shepard, who was singing with Jackson at the time. And you know, most of us musicians have a healthy fear of poverty. We never assume that the gig is going to continue. So we're always trying to create options for ourselves, you know. Now, I got very lucky working with Jackson, and it's still going on. But, you know, there are times between where it's like, oh, shit, what am I going to do now? Got no work because everybody takes breaks. Most artists change their band. Sometimes like their wardrobe every once in a while. I was lucky to work with a guy who thought I was valuable enough to keep me along this time. But, you know,
How long
still.
have you been with Jackson?
Since '93.
Oh. Yeah.
So I got pretty lucky there. And also meeting my wife, of course. So, but I still at times had the fear that, you know, the work was coming to a screeching halt. So one time I asked her, I said, will you still love me after all my gigs are gone? And she said, sure, no problem, baby, but after the kids are gone, we'll have to see. When
not going to happen.
All right. Well, I know something you can do. I know.
Want to do that now? Okay.
Yeah. You got. No, we'll do it when you're ready. You got something else for us? You got something off this? Can you do something without your band?
Well, I just played after all my gigs.
Which is unbelievable. Let's do that song.
Yeah, sorry. There's a bit too many parts to do justice to this record.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
And we can attest to the fact that the next time Jeff's playing out, come with us and come see it, because with the band, and what a band he puts together is amazing. So what do you want to do next?
Well, it's a toss between this song about growing up in New York and Greenwich Village, or a song about Ray Charles.
Oh, Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
All right.
There you go.
All right.
I'll make it short.
Don't make it short.
And I'll need you to sing on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo!
Here's a song about Brother Ray, just something I won't want to say. I'm talking about passion and feeling. Sometimes the words get in the way. Can I get a witness?
Yeah!
Somebody say amen.
Amen!
When I wanna feel the spirit, I play Ray again. Some people in this country see the world in black and white. A blind man from Georgia knew that this wasn't right. You know, there's nothing I can tell you that you don't already know. But when you hear Ray holler, do you feel it in your soul? I need your help. You all ready?
Yeah.
Let me hear you say, oh.
Very good. Try it again.
Here's a song for Brother Ray. Something don't you love to hear him play? Surrounded by darkness, bringing light to my day. Can I get a witness? Somebody say amen.
Amen.
When I wanna feel the spirit, I play Ray again. Let me hear you say, oh. Let me hear you say, ooh. play.
Oh.
Amen.
Yes. I'd like to bring up probably my favorite singer in the world. Still alive.
So really good. What about this guy?
Amazing.
I have to share with you. Can I tell them about me?
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
No, you go ahead.
So, 2008, just got out of my plaster casts. And my friend says, you've got to come to this party. I'm staying with my friend Jeff and Suzanne. Come to this, my birthday party. There's a jam. Please come. And I was like, oh. And then at 10 o'clock she goes, get down here now. There's a jam. So we drove down from Burbank to Santa Monica, which apparently is a long thing.
I just want to say, Jeff and Suzanne, that's not an accident either. Okay.
Oh, his wife is Suzanne. Yeah.
Suzanne booked this show.
Right? And I walked in and I met Jeff, and he was playing the piano, and there was these guys jamming, and I had my handbag like this, and he went, hi, and I said, hi. And he said, here's the mic, and we just sang a song. And I was still holding my handbag. And then afterwards he said, what are you doing? And I said, I want to work with you. Can I sing backing for you? And he goes, oh, no, you can sing lead for me. So we worked in a band together, it was a cover band called the Song and Dance Society with Jackson Browne's band, and I sang with them. And then I got to tour with Jackson because of Jeff. Wow. And so many things have happened for me that have been wonderful because of this man.
Aww.
You always put my name in. I can't thank you enough. Seriously. Viewed like family. So thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for me. I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for Jeff today.
Well,
because of the connections. So
she opened her mouth and sang for the first time, and I thought, boy, well, I'm not going to do anything without her. It was just so obvious, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been fooling around with this song, this version, the Slidestone version of Que Sera Sera.
Song in the world! My favorite song.
Wow, that's big.
It
really,
is.
we better be good. Touch that wood. It's good.
I just want to say, if anything, if the person who would have been the fastest on her feet for that would have been Suzanne. She would have been dancing. She would have been pulling me over there. She would have been screaming. She so would have loved this. She's so loving this because I know she's here. I know she's here. Okay, so yeah, go get your thing get your thing. So for those of you at home who don't know Suzanne Whang, read about her. Get to know her. Look at her picture. Just look at her face. And so we have a special thing that we're going to do now. So Jeff Vezain, her love, her true love, who bought himself a ticket to heaven 20,000 times over, because when were you talking you were talking about the fact that Kyle bathed you and dressed you and like Jeff has been taking care of Suzanne and treating her like a queen every day of her life. Before she got sick, always. That's just the way he's been with her. So Jeff wrote a song for Suzanne that he's going to sing for us.
Did she hear it?
Huh?
He's out of the bathroom.
He's in the bath. He's out of the bathroom.
Did she hear it?
She did hear. Oh yes, she heard it. Oh yes, he sang it for her. There were a couple of events for Suzanne, and he sang it for her there. And
oh yeah.
We all
remember? Yes, we've heard it. Yes, we've heard it. So Jeff is going to sing that song for us, and then for those of you in the living room, stick around because Judd's going to read something to us afterwards. But we're going to say goodbye to you before that happens. But we'll be back tomorrow night. Teresa James and Terry Wilson, who Grammy nominated this year, Best Blues Album. They'll be. I'll be in their living room with Pete. Pete, we miss you, Pete. In Santa Clarita. Yes, we'll be in Santa Clarita tomorrow. Where's Jeff? He's upstairs getting his guitar. Okay, so I'm gonna stretch. So how about if we? By the way, I want to say a huge thank you to Anna Montgomery, not only for the set that she did, which was extraordinary, but Anna's the one that schlepped the piano, and none of this would have been possible without Anna. Thank you so much for doing it. And we're gonna help her get it back out to her car, right? Right. And I'm so grateful to you for doing that. And actually, my boyfriend was going to get me a piano for the living room, but it turns out my son might be moving. And so if I move Women Who Write somewhere else, you guys are going to come with me, right? Yeah. It doesn't matter what the venue is, you're going to come. I've been afraid to leave this house because I've been afraid that the magic would be gone. But the magic is us, right? The magic follows us wherever we go. So we'll figure it out. So Jeff's coming up, and so the next Women Who Write is October 29th on a Tuesday, as it always is. Please write it down because it's my birthday. And on that very day. And Scorpio, yes. I was thinking of booking all Scorpios so we could all go insane that day. Dangerous idea. So for those of you who don't know, this is Jeff Vezain. Jeff is the lead singer with the Lieutenant Dan Band, with Gary Sinise's band that what do you guys do? You do for vets, right?
A lot, it's a lot, but it's all military related. We play at bases, we do all kinds of fundraisers, and we play for the DAV's convention every year.
They know how to rock. He knows how to rock and roll. But this is going to be a little different than that. And thank you all for joining us at home. And Jeff Vezain.
Just weathered the trip. So if you don't mind, I just want to talk off the top of my head.
Yes, go.
Yes.
First of all, I just want to thank everybody that has the outpouring of love and support from, all of Suzanne's friends. I mean, her social network, as you know, it's unbelievable, and it's just been overwhelming. So thank you, first of all. I want to say that I did not plan to wear all black. That was just what I had at home because I've been living at her place, and the last gig I had, we wear all black, and so this is what I had, other than the pair of shorts and tank top that I've been living in.
so. I don't even really know what to say. People keep asking me, how are you? And I'm not okay. I will get through it, but nothing makes sense right now, and I'm just living in the upside down, and I did not, although I knew that it was inevitable, I just didn't see it coming as suddenly as it did. And I was telling something, because I've been with her nonstop, like every minute of every day for the last year, it's like watching your hair grow. You don't really notice, like I just normalize to what she looks like and how she is, and she's in pain, but this is always the case. And we've been at this point many times where we thought this was it, and she would articulate, I don't know if I'm going to make it through the night, I don't know if I'm going to make it to the fundraiser, I feel like this might be my last night on the planet, and somehow she always bounced back. That first fundraiser back in March, I've never seen her so on fire, and like a week prior to that, we were both literally like, I don't know if, she's like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. So, this was a day like no other, and she was in a lot of pain, and she was articulating like, I think I might be going, and we had 3 people there in the morning to help out, and so I was on my way back, and she's like, hurry, I think I might be going. And I got back, and she was in bed, she was fine, she was lucid, her normal self, and then in a nutshell, it was just like, there was a turn, and I think probably 30 minutes later, she was gone. It was just that, it was that fast. But before that turn happened, when I was there, we were just talking, and she said, I'm really scared, but you just, hold my hand and talk to me or sing to me. And I didn't really know what to sing a cappella. I was like, do you want me to go get my guitar? And she was like, yeah. So I went and grabbed it, and I played her 3 songs. One was a tune of mine that I know she really likes. It's kind of upbeat, and Surf Simply, you've heard that tune. One was, she requested, she was like, can you play Peaceful Easy Feeling, which was a song that her and I did together early on. I don't know how it came about.
I heard you sing it with her.
And we did it with Amy Boxell once at Muse, and we did it at her parents' 80th anniversary party. And there's a really poignant part in that song. It's like, I get this feeling I may know. I have no voice, but as a lover and a friend, this voice keeps whispering in my other ear, tells me I may never see you again. And at that point, when I sang that line, we used to always look at each other. She would either put her foot on my foot, when we were singing, because we kind of always knew, in the big existential sense, and even just the way life goes, it's like, you don't know what's coming, you don't know if this is forever and what tomorrow's going to bring. And when I played that line, she looked at me and smiled, and then I played this tune for her, which is the only one that matters, which I'll play for you. I'll try. She'd often said early on, I was like, no one's ever written me a song, which is amazing because I've dated so many musicians. So I started writing this tune the night before the first fundraiser, and I just got what essentially was a good start. And I finished it later, and she loved it. I loved it. I finished it in a hurry, and I went home. I played it at the second fundraiser. I went home looking to fix it, and I was sitting there with the lyric printout, and I just kept reading it as if, like, what if I didn't write these lyrics, and what would I, try to objectively, what's wrong with this, what would I fix, what would I change, and I was sitting there just silently doing it, and she's on the couch next to me, and she just goes, you keep looking at that lyric sheet trying to find something wrong, and you can't, can you? And I was like, no, I think it's done. So, so I played her this tune.
things to know that I kind of put into the song that were meaningful to us is that she was, and I posted about this morning, she just loved the moon. She just loved all things celestial, and that was one of our big love is just, you know, and anytime we were anywhere, we would just, if the moon came out or was out and it was beautiful, we would just stop, you know, she would just be, look, you know, or I would do the same thing, or if she were in the house and I saw it, it's like, come outside, and we'd just stand outside and look at the moon. And she would often say, she was like, home, go back there, you know. And I remember even when we were at the Cancer Institute in Tijuana, there was one night and she was in a lot of pain, and I was like, hey, if you can, come with me outside. And she did. We stood. They had this patio area up on the top, and the full moon was out. And anytime we'd be driving, you know, and she just looked at it. She was like, thank you so much for bringing me out here. Anytime we'd go anywhere and the moon was just rising, it looks giant. It would just be like such a treat. And the other thing is that she loved this Rumi quote that she cited all the time, especially at the playing field, which is that out beyond all ideas of wrongdoing and all ideas of right doing, there's a field. I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
And so that's all you need to know. I'm not the maudlin kind. I don't believe in fairy tales. From what I've seen of life, it doesn't seem what's fair prevails. I don't know much, especially about love, but I know enough to know it's not something you can plan. This world is tough, there's so many without love. Maybe it's luck and that's the way this all began. But here we are, Suzanne. Here we are, Suzanne. Like jasmine in the night, like any soft romantic metaphor. You are a song I had to write, the kind I'm so much better for. And there ain't much difference between laughing and crying, living and dying, like where the ocean meets the land. Should there come a goodbye, it's been such a good time. I'm testifying you're the best of who I am.
just after it happened, I've gained such an appreciation for life, all aspects of it. I mean, I already did, but just what people go through. It's like you just realize, like, treat people kindly out in the world, because you just don't know what people are going through. I mean, it's like I have to bear in mind that just because I'm here, other people are laughing in the throes of enjoyment and, you know, thrill and I just, things that I used to think were just, I couldn't wrap my mind around. Like, you hear about people, you know, keeping a corpse in their bed, like their dead husband, and they just never tell anybody, and they just leave the corpse in their bed and sleep next to it every night for like 20 years. And I'm like, it's fucking sick. And I'm like, I understand that impulse. I literally just lay on the couch, and the time I had to call, you know, people to come get her. And the time between I called and they got there, I just lay on the couch next to her as we always did, and just held her and just like spooned, and I just didn't want them to come. I didn't want them to take her. And it was just fascinating studying humanity, and they came in and they were very respectful and very demure, and they wrapped her up and took her away, and I watched them leave, and I watched them go down the stairs and put her on the gurney and cover her with the black tarp, and then it was like 3 a.m, so mercifully nobody was around, so we lived in this complex, and I ran to the other window and watched them go down the courtyard sidewalk, and when they turned the corner, I ran to the other window in the front and just watched where they had the white minivan double parked on the street, and watched them load her in, and then, you know, fascinatingly, there's 2 guys, and they just kind of talk like you do. It's like another day of work now that they're out, and they don't know that I can. It's a quiet night, and I can still hear them from the street. And they're just kind of like, you know, oh yeah, how are you gonna go back? You go down there? Yeah, I think it's like, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, where you want to stop? You want to stop and grab a bite? Like, on the way home, you know. And I just pulled the Yui, and then I just watched until she, you know, I couldn't see until they rolled out of sight, and I just sat there at the window for like 15 more minutes, just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, you know, 2 hours ago things were normal, and then I just walked through the house like a zombie, just in a trance, and seeing things like the sheet that she was just lying on. And the thing that really, you know, hit me was, I mean, there was I still haven't done the load of dirty laundry that has, every morning we had to do like an hour and a half long, it would take wound change, like her tumor was so big and open, and, you know, expressing that, you know, every morning it'd be like dirty bandages, dirty shirt would go in the laundry basket, and I can't bring myself to wash them because that's the last biological traces of her, and once those are gone, I just can't, you know. And then I turned to walk through the kitchen, and there was on the folding table a little blue plates with a piece of toast that she must have had, you know, Cammy make before I got back. There was 2 bites out of it, and it just hit me so hard. I mean, nothing is more symbolic of life than nourishing yourself, like eating, you know. And she had a good appetite up until, you know, the very end. And I just couldn't bring myself to throw out that piece of toast, and so it sat on the kitchen counter for days until yesterday I finally was like, well, I should throw this out before it just starts getting moldy. And then I realized that our thing, because we just love to eat, there was nobody I loved more going to movies with, watching movies with, shows, because he's hearing music, and having a meal with, because we just both loved it so much. We just delighted. And anything she didn't finish, she was like, here, you can have the rest. So I was like, I'm gonna eat that fucking toast. And it was rock hard. It'd been sitting for 4 days, and I just bit into it, and I ate the toast through sobs. I just sobbed and ate the rest of the toast. But I'm still in the house, and it's just overwhelming to look around and see her things, and I just don't want any of it to go. And it used to be so annoying. Her hair everywhere would annoy me, and now I'm like, oh, it's a hair. It's like a hair. But But you know, I still find moments to laugh, and you know, on the way here, I just instinctively, like, if we're coming to Women Who Write, we're always together, and I just, as soon as I hit the freeway where the carpool lane is, I just started to go in. It's like, oh shit, I can't fucking do that. And then I just imagined me going, no, officer, you don't understand. She's with me. She's with me. Right here.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And I got here, and then I was backing into a space, and she used to laugh so hard. I still can't get used to the Prius and the thing on the fucking dashboard. Where, like, I'm so old school where, like, I drove a stick shift for years, and I'm always forever hitting something on the Prius that isn't what I mean, and like the windshield wipers are going on, and she would just, you know how she is, like I would do it, she would just be like she just had one of her big like lockjaw laughs every time I would do it. And so backing into a space here, I've hit the fucking windshield wipers, and I just heard her just fucking laughing, just like hysterically. You know, I feel like she's with me. I talked to her the day after, not the next day, I was just, you know, processing, but the day after that I knew I had to get busy alerting people and, you know, putting something on her Facebook page, and I really wanted to get something out. And I talked to her agent, and because I knew what she would have wanted, and I talked to him and I said, hey, I don't even know if this is feasible. I mean, you know better than I do, but you know, can we make some kind of press release? I don't know if anybody would even be interested in picking it up. You know, I mean, I don't know if she's relevant enough nowadays. And he's like, well, I'll see what I can do. And so I just worked really hard to revise the end of one of her bios that I found, which at the time ended, you know. In 2011, I was given 6 months to live, and you know, miraculously reversed the disease. Or she would say, "Made cancer my bitch," and fisted it in the end. And am now a thriver, and I'm writing a book about it. I'm like, well, I have to fucking change that. So I rewrote the whole last stanza in a way that I knew she would have loved, and got it to her agent, who got it to her old publicist, who she worked with for a brief time. And then got busy writing her Facebook page, and when everything broke about the same time. In fact, yours was one of the first texts that I got, which is why I didn't respond, because I was just in the throes of it all, and I knew the dam was starting to break. Like something must have hit the wire, and I was just trying to get her Facebook page up. And when it broke, and I could not believe the outpouring. It made me realize like how much people loved her, and how many people loved her, how much she meant to people. It was unbelievable. And with each outlet that would run something, I would just bawl, and I would just look at her. I was sitting on the couch, and you know, right there is where she passed, and it was fitting that she passed on the couch. By the way, we had a conversation way back, like probably spring, March maybe, and she said, look, to the extent that I have any control over it, because you hear anecdotally, you know, people seem to have some degree of control over when they go precisely, you know. And what are your preferences? Do you want it to be here? Would you rather be at a hospital? Do you want to be here? Do you want to not be here? And I said, no, absolutely, I gotta be here and right here at home, you know. And we were sitting on the couch. That was back with Kim. She spent up until like a month ago when the hospice brought a bed in. She was just on that couch. It was the centerpiece of our lives, and she was in the bed until they were going to change the bed out because it was broken, and we moved her to the couch at the last minute. So she was on the couch, and I was kneeling beside her, and that was where she went, and that's where I sat and did everything. Each time a thing would pop up, I'd be like, oh my God, look, we did it! And I would literally go, and then just start bawling, you know? But the fact that the news, ABC News, NBC News, like, she would have been ecstatic. And it was just so telling of the person that she was. And in hindsight, I just have even more love and respect for her. So, anyway, I've rambled enough. But thank you for letting me just vent.
Thank you.
She loved you guys.
Everybody, stay where you are for just another moment. We're going to say goodbye to you out there. We'll see you next month. We'll see you tomorrow on Game Changers. Thanks for joining us. Jeff Vezain.